In this training video, we're going to take you through setting up a typical client and then giving that client access to their files and folders. Now it's a simple process and should only take a few minutes. So, click on the Settings tab first. In the Users and Groups page, we have two main columns, Groups and Users. In the Groups column, we're going to create a new company name and call it Smithco Pty Ltd. Click on the green plus sign and then add the name and then click OK. So the group has been created now, but it has no users. So we need to create a new Smithco user so that they can log in and retrieve files or add files to your system. So with the Smithco group selected, click on the green plus sign in the users column and add the user. The new user panel now appears, and all we need to add is the first name, last name, email address of the user, and then click Save. The saved user message box confirms the user has been added. So to recap, we've created a client John Smith, and that user is part of the Smithco Pty Ltd group. That group hasn't been given any rights yet to access any documents. So let's create a category and some folders in the browse area that this client can access. Click on Add Category, single click on the blue title area for the new category and name the category appropriately. In this case, the client name Smith Company Pty Ltd. Let's name the first folder by double clicking on the folder name. And then add another folder by clicking on the Add Folder button, double click on the name and call it Monthly Reports. So the Dropbox folder is going to be the place where the client can log in and upload their MyOb file, for example, a file that may be too big to email. So to give the Smithco client access to this folder, we need to click on the Info button, then Permissions, and then the green plus sign to add the Smithco group we created earlier. Give that group upload permissions so that they can add files to this folder. So do the same to the Monthly Reports folder, but this time only give the Smithco group the permissions to view or download files. The Monthly Reports folder is a folder that you may formally upload your reports to so that your client can only download those files on a monthly basis or have access to them 24/7. So now we have the structure and the security set up and ready to go. All we need to do is send your client their access details so that they can access the system with their own username and password. So click on the settings and select the user. You can see that our client John Smith is now a member of the Everyone group and the Smithco Pty Ltd group. So by selecting John Smith and hitting Reset and Send, a branded email is sent with a link, the username, and a system-generated password to give him access to the system. So let's just take a look at the email as it comes through the system, and you can see that it's branded and contains the message and the access details. If you prefer to give John Smith his access details over the phone, simply input your chosen password into the password fields and hit Save. Bear in mind that if you hit the Reset and Send button, the system will automatically generate a new password for security reasons each time. And that's setting up a typical client in our accounts.